A BBC investigation has found that almost 90 flights linked to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein arrived at and departed from UK airports, some with British women on board who may have been trafficked by him. Lawyers in America representing hundreds of his victims have told us at least 4 of the women trafficked and sexually abused were British nationals. Chichi Zundu has that story.
The Epstein files, tens of thousands of pages of investigations, court transcripts and interviews already in the public domain. We found page after page with information suggesting Epstein potentially recruited, trafficked and abused British citizens in and out of the UK. Going through these documents, we've identified at least 3 British women who detail either being recruited or sexually abused in the UK by Jeffrey Epstein. Some even talk about being trafficked to other parts of the world for Epstein to abuse. One even gave an account in open court. Kate, a pseudonym, gave testimony against Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, which helped sentence her to 20 years in a US prison for recruiting teenagers for Epstein to abuse. In 2021, she told the court Epstein had begun sexually abusing her in Maxwell's London home when she was 17.
The victim who testified as Kate, I know for sure that if there was a serious investigation, that whatever information that she had, she would provide it. She's never been asked at all by any authorities in the UK any questions, despite even after her testimony in the Maxwell trial. Not even a call.
The Epstein story started in Florida. Back then, it was about the sexual abuse of local teenagers, not trafficking. But he died in 2019. So if there was to be a British investigation, it would be around those who allegedly helped build or participated in his sex trafficking network. Here's a flight to the UK, as you can see, with just what looks like just Jeffrey Epstein. We showed the UK-related documents to lawyer Sigrid Macaulay, who represents hundreds of women abused by Epstein.
I think that's the interesting thing about the Epstein sex trafficking operation was how vast it was. So it is shocking to me that the UK has not taken a closer look at those flights, at where he was, at who he was seeing at those moments, and who was on the plane with him.
The Metropolitan Police told us, following legal advice, it was clear that any investigation into human trafficking would be largely focused on activities and relationships outside the UK.
The message that the Met is sending is that if you come to law enforcement, you will, and this is a powerful person you're reporting on, it will not get investigated. That is the absolute wrong message.
We've realized something. This fight belongs to us. We lived it, and we know the truth.
The US government is expected to release all the files related to Jeffrey Epstein's criminal past imminently. Some of the women abused by him are moving on with their lives, others still fighting for justice. But despite the information of potential criminal activity taking place in the UK, it looks like there won't be any British justice for any of them. Chichi Zundu, BBC News.